How often do we pour hours into study, only to wake the next day feeling as if our minds have pressed the reset button? It's a frustrating dance with forgetfulness, not a sign of lacking intelligence or effort, but a simple truth about how our memory functions. It's a selective curator holding on to what feels essential and gently letting go of the rest. Yet, across the globe, a different story unfolds. In Japan, students master over 2,000 intricate kanji characters, not just for a test, but for life. They recognize, write, pronounce, and apply them years later. This isn't about superhuman brains or endless cramming. It's about a profound understanding of memory, a daily rhythm that harmonizes with the brain's natural processes, rather than fighting against them. If they can embed thousands of symbols into their long-term memory, imagine the possibilities for your own learning, your career, or even a new language you've longed to master. This is not a grind. It is a meticulously crafted flow. The morning, cultivating the mind's soil, ***. Many of us believe learning begins when we sit at a desk, books open. But for Japanese students, preparation starts much earlier, sometimes the moment they greet the day. Why? Because the brain isn't a machine that simply powers on. It's akin to fertile soil. If you plant seeds in dry, neglected ground, little will flourish. But nurture it with water, warmth, and light. And suddenly, everything takes root. So, before the books even open, many Japanese students step outside. A brief walk, a moment by a sunlit window. This exposure to natural light signals the brain, wake up, it's time to focus. Scientifically, this timely boost of cortisol resets the circadian rhythm, sharpening memory throughout the morning. Some even engage in light exercise, not a strenuous workout, but enough to stir the blood. Studies confirm that even 10 minutes of gentle movement can elevate memory recall by 20%. Instead of immediately delving into new material, a common practice is to quickly revisit what was studied yesterday. Not rereading or highlighting, but actively recalling, testing themselves before moving forward. This contrasts sharply with a common Western approach, where we often prioritize input reading more, watching more, adding more. In Japan, the emphasis is on output, drawing knowledge forth from the mind. The brilliance lies in this. By recalling yesterday's learning first, the brain strengthens those pathways right before forging new ones. This next part often surprises people. Japanese culture reveres quiet rituals, the deliberate pouring of tea, the meticulous arrangement of a workspace, a conscious breath before beginning. These may seem minor, but they tell the brain this moment holds significance. That sense of importance is what helps shift memory from fleeting short-term to enduring long-term storage. The Japanese morning routine isn't about haste, it's about harmonizing light, movement, recall, and stillness, creating the perfect soil for knowledge to thrive. Only then do they truly immerse themselves in deep study. ***. The afternoon. Intelligent effort, not endless strain, ***. Here's a common pitfall. Treating the afternoon as a grueling marathon, endless hours of cramming fueled by caffeine and panic. But Japanese students embrace a different rhythm. They don't fight against the brain, they study times with times it. The cornerstone? Strategic, focused blocks of effort. Instead of slogging through 3 or 4 hours, Japanese students often work in concentrated intervals, perhaps 40 minutes of intense focus, followed by a 10-minute pause. This cycle mirrors the brain's natural rhythm, periods of peak attention followed by natural dips. During these dips, they don't push harder, they step back. A short walk, a gentle stretch, even simply gazing out a window. It may feel unproductive, yet it's the vital reset that keeps memory robust. The science supports this. A break taken immediately after learning allows your hippocampus to replay that knowledge in the background. While you believe you're resting, your brain is actively organizing. Rather than rereading the same chapter endlessly, Japanese students revisit knowledge at carefully timed intervals. This is the power of spaced repetition. Learn it today, recall it tomorrow, recall again on day 4, then again on day 7. Each repetition sharpens the memory, like honing a blade. By the end of a month, that knowledge is so deeply etched, it becomes remarkably resistant to forgetting. And what's fascinating is that this doesn't demand more time, it actually demands less, as you're no longer squandering hours on material your brain has already dismissed. Another subtle yet powerful habit emerges in the afternoon, avoiding the heavy, greasy lunches that invite a post-meal slump. Meals are lighter, often featuring rice, vegetables, and fish foods that provide sustained energy without the sharp spikes and crashes in blood sugar. Why does this matter? Because focus isn't solely about willpower, it's intrinsically biological. A steady mind flows from a steady body. Even in bustling classrooms, students sometimes engage in tiny acts of mindfulness, a deep breath, adjusting posture, acknowledging silence. These micro-pauses help to recalibrate attention and ward off mental fatigue. While many strive to push through exhaustion, Japanese students step back, reset, and return with renewed sharpness. The Japanese afternoon, then, isn't about doing more. It's about doing smarter. Studying in focused bursts, reviewing at optimal intervals, eating for clarity, and resetting the mind before it falters. This is how consistency is maintained day after day, and why their knowledge endures far beyond exam season. Asterisk, asterisk. The evening, sealing the day's wisdom. Asterisk, asterisk. For most, the day ends when the books close. But in Japan, the night holds equal importance to the study itself. Why? Because this is when the brain makes critical decisions about what stays and what is released. Instead of endlessly scrolling before bed, Japanese students often conduct a quick, light review of the day's learning. Not hours of intense study, just 10 minutes. Why so brief? Because reviewing just before sleep sends a potent signal to the brain. This information matters. During the night, the hippocampus, your brain's memory hub, actively replays the concepts you've most recently engaged with. This is the critical process through which short-term knowledge solidifies into long-term memory. Think of it like saving a file on your computer. If you don't hit save, a system crash means the file vanishes. The same can happen when you study diligently but neglect to review before sleep. Science has repeatedly affirmed this. Deep sleep is the ultimate study hack. While you sleep, your brain literally reorganizes knowledge, filtering out noise and strengthening vital signals. But there's a catch. This profound process only occurs during the deeper stages of sleep. This is why Japanese students pay meticulous attention to sleep, hygiene, lights dimmed, screens off an hour before bed, a calming routine instead of chaos. Every late night scroll, every extra coffee, every just one more episode pilfers from the very memory you've worked tirelessly all day to build. The Japanese principle of Kaizen, small steady improvement, extends into the evening. Many students set a micro goal before sleep, a single sentence written in a journal, one flashcard recalled, a kanji character practiced. It's not about volume, it's about maintaining a continuous rhythm. A day concluding with progress, however minor, fuels the momentum for tomorrow. There's a word in Japan, asterisk, ma asterisk, meaning the space between, the pause, the silence. At night, students often embrace a few minutes of quiet. No rushing, no noise, just stillness before sleep. This isn't wasted time, it's the bridge that allows the mind to transition from stimulation to restoration. And when the body rests, the mind remembers. Western approaches often swing between extremes, late night cramming leading to burnt-out mornings, drowsy afternoons, and more cramming. But Japanese students, through centuries of culture and habit, have grasped a truth we frequently overlook. It's not the intensity of a single study session that cultivates mastery. It's the rhythm of daily repetition. Day by day, step by step, small reviews, mindful evenings, deep rest. The outcome? Not just better grades, but knowledge that truly sticks for life. The Japanese night isn't about working harder. It's about working times, with time's biology. Review lightly, sleep deeply, conclude with calm, and allow your brain to complete its essential work. The secret isn't solely in how you study, it's profoundly in how you end your day. So, here's the truth. The Japanese students you admire are not superhuman. They don't possess larger brains, secret IQs, or magical abilities. What they possess is rhythm. Mornings are not rushed, they are aligned. Afternoons are not heavy, they are structured. Evenings are not wasted, they are sealed. Nights are not chaotic, they are restorative. When you layer these small intentional habits, something extraordinary unfolds. Knowledge doesn't merely visit your mind for a test, it takes residence. It becomes an integral part of who you are. Think about this. Every time you've told yourself, I'm just not a morning person, or I'll never remember this stuff. What if you were mistaken? What if the issue wasn't you, but the method? Because the Japanese approach profoundly demonstrates one thing. You don't need more hours, you need a better rhythm. This is an invitation. Tomorrow morning, try just one element of this routine. Not the entire system, not perfection, just one small step. Perhaps 2 minutes of movement, perhaps reviewing a single flashcard, perhaps turning off your screen 30 minutes earlier tonight. Do it once. Feel the difference. And then allow rhythm to perform its magic. No supplement, no application, no last-minute cram session has ever come close to the clarity and focus this routine bestows. It is simple, it is human, and it works. The future doesn't belong to those who study harder. It belongs to those who study smarter. And that can be you. Starting tonight.